Hi, I'm Marina Tabassum. I'm an architect. So this is a book that was published by TOTO publication called The Resilient Landscape. And it's a book of our works of our office, Marina Tabassum Architects. The book is designed basically in two different parts. One talks about the land, the country, and in many ways it's also about the nature, community, and shelter, and fluid land and trust for resilience. So that is the first part, where we have most of our works that are done in the context of the Bangladeshi Delta. And so it talks about, the land formation and how the whole land is being created in the land in Bangladesh. And at the same time, we have our projects such as the Kudibari, which is designed for the displaced communities living in the sandbeds. But at the same time, we also have projects that we have designed in the refugee camps. So these are the projects that you see in the beginning of the book. And then it moves on to the projects which are more in the cities. So the second part of the book is actually on the cities, but in between we have a conversation that we did between me and Shigeru Ban-san, which I think was for me a very memorable event, where we were quite beautifully sort of responding to each other and talking, and I think it is quite beautifully captured here. And from that point on, you move to the city and the contemporary sustainable city, basically. That's what it is here. And here we showcase our works mostly that are done in the city of Dhaka and in the periphery of Dhaka. That includes Baiturov Mosque, the Alfadanga Mosque, and also the community center, apartment buildings that we have designed. So all those are showcasing in the second part of the book. One other very interesting conversation, or rather a piece, is by Momoyo Kaijima-san, where she actually went to Bangladesh for 2 days before she wrote this piece. And it's quite beautifully also written here by her observation and her experiences in Bangladesh. Basically, I think the book definitely gives an insight into our work, the way we practice. There are images, there's also drawings, but it also has small narratives that talks about each and every project. And I think for a reader, going through this book would give them a good insight into Bangladesh, our pursuit in architecture, and the different kind of projects that we are focusing on. And quite often our works are very much embedded into the land. It's very rooted, but at the same time, there is a certain kind of contemporariness about it. So I think it's very appropriate of the time that we're living in, especially in Bangladesh, where we have so much of disparity between economic conditions. Because of the climate crisis, there's so many different ways people are being affected and impacted. And those are issues that we try to focus on and we try to work with. And I think that is a reflection that's already there in the book. So this would give them some insight into that. So I really hope people enjoy the book.